Hey everybody, it's the Fantasy Typhoon. Welcome to the Fantasy Typhoon Studios. And again, I'm your humble host, the Fantasy Typhoon, aka the Mentalist, aka your favorite analyst. And welcome to another episode of Can You Beat the Coin? And this was birthed by my good friend Jeff Haseley over at Football Guide. I'll bring him in right now. What's up, Jeff? How you doing, my friend?
I'm good, Typhoon. How are you? Are you ready
Hey,
for week 11? We'll talk about week 10 here a little bit, but every time we conclude a week, I'm like, you know what? I could have done better. Let's move on to the next week.
I know, right? My algorithm is proven, it's holding true. I just need to take my head out of it and just it feels so wrong to say to go against it. My whole body fiber is like, no, Typhoon, you switch it. And I did it with Cincinnati, and I did it with another Chicago. And I got to stick with the algorithm, man. I got to let the algorithm speak for me in this type of format. My film study and all that, it doesn't matter. You know how we look at it like Bill Belichick can't lose 2 in a row. That don't matter.
Yeah,
Russell Wilson, give me 1.5 and Russell Wilson all day long. That don't matter. All that don't matter. That's just noise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah. It's like going with the analytics.
We use it as logic. There's no logic in that. Russell Wilson can lose. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah.
Look, like the algorithm said, take Jacksonville against Green Bay. We sit there, I'm looking at it like, no way, Green Bay is getting ready to trounce these suckers. Boom! Yep. I went with the algorithm, and lo and behold, man, that was a cage match there for a minute.
You're right. I mean, it's also really, really close on how many of these games came down to one play or a last drive or something like that, right? Like if you look at last week, I know we're not looking at that yet, but the Washington and Detroit game came down to the end. Of course, you have what was it? The game the Arizona game versus Buffalo came down to the last play. The point spreads, it seems like they're being determined, on that last drive with minutes left to play, and it's on a scale that's shifting one way or the other, and it just happens to either go your way or not go your way, and that's the difference between right and wrong. So, how many of those can you get right? That's where the talent comes in.
Almost like if you flip a coin, right?
Almost, yeah. Right.
It looks like the coin beat us this week, man. Come on, Jeff. What's up?
Yeah, you know what? It's unfortunate. The coin went completely 50-50, 7-7, and you and I went 5-9. You started off real strong, and then you just kind of faded down the stretch. And I started off really weak and improved a little bit down the stretch. But you know what? Like I said in the top of the show, another week is upon us. So we look to week 11. And let's first take a look at the Thursday night game. Seattle, 3.5-point favorites versus Arizona in Seattle. And we're going to determine who the coin likes in this game. So, of course, if you haven't seen this before, home team always is heads. Here's our flip, and it's tails. Okay. The coin likes Arizona plus 3.5.
You want to just go ahead and pick as we go now? You want to just go ahead and you get yours in, I get mine in? As we go?
Yeah, we can do that. All right, sure. I'm gonna take Arizona plus 3.5. That's my pick. How about you? I'll go with the coin.
Arizona plus 3. Let's see. This, like I was telling you in the green room earlier, this is a 0.5 pick a 0.5 minus 0.5 Seattle.
Right. Yeah, it could be a really tight game, and the 3.5 is huge.
As far as my algorithm is concerned, and it's all due to the defense of Seattle.
And Seattle's lost 3 of 4.
They can't stop. They can't stop.
And there is no 12th man.
Kyler Murray.
No one can stop Kyler Murray. It appears.
Man, that dude is
balling. Not even the clock.
That dude is balling.
Yeah. It's surprising. I'm really surprised by what Kyler Murray is doing in the NFL. It just seems like, he's 5'10", 5'11". He runs around, goes crazy. He's basically a Russell Wilson clone almost, right?
Yeah, but he's faster than Russell Wilson
Yeah, he's
in
fast.
the
He's
open
quick.
field.
He's elusive.
He's a little bit more agile in the open field.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, last year was the year of Lamar Jackson, right? This year seems to be the year of Kyler Murray, and he's showing us why. I mean, he's the number one quarterback.
But there's two differences between that Lamar and Kyler. Lamar can't sustain his because he can't throw. You know, when you look, you look
Yeah.
at you just one little thing you watch when they playing New England last week. When they went to hurry up, when they went to that 2-minute drill, he's running the ball in 2-minute drill.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, dude. You got to pass the ball, even if it's incomplete. You got to throw the ball downfield. You got 40 seconds to get in field goal range or something. You can't be running at that point. So that tells me right there, he can't really grasp the concept of actually throwing the football consistently. Now, Kyler Murray can throw the ball and run. So you got a big difference between those two. But anyway, the algorithm on my end is a 0.5 Seattle win. I'm taking Seattle.
Oh, you are?
Yes, I'm taking Seattle on this.
Minus the 3.5. You're gonna take that.
Yeah, right. I'm taking the minus 3.5 with Seattle.
All right, sounds good. Well, the coin and I are taking Arizona. You got Seattle. We'll see who wins out there. All right, next game: Saints and Jameis Winston at home versus the Falcons. So let's take a look here. The coin says Saints. Saints minus the 4.5. Oh man, you know what? You want to go on this one first?
Yeah, I'll go first. Overall team rating: Saints by 6. Overall defensive rating: the Saints by 10. But the offense rating is neck and neck, even, dead even. Algorithm has 0.35 minus 3.5, excuse me, for the Saints. I'm taking the Saints. So that little 1 point, that 4.5, really won't matter that much. I'm taking the Saints, even though Jameis Winston is suiting up, and you see a Taysom Hill package here and there.
Yeah, and the Saints have one of the better offensive lines in the league. They're going to protect him pretty well. Atlanta's defense, especially their pass defense and their pass rush, they're one of the top teams in the league in terms of getting pressure on the quarterback. And the Saints, I think, might be able to thwart that defense. And Jameis Winston, we're seeing more longer, deeper targets than we did with Drew Brees. This could benefit Michael Thomas more. Alvin Kamara should get his own. He like I said time and time again, he's this year's Christian McCaffrey. He's just doing everything.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that. The 4.5 is. I mean, if New Orleans is going to win, I think they're going to win by like 10, 13 points. If they're going to lose, I think it's going to be fairly tight. I don't really see a close game. So I mean, I'm leaning the Saints. But that seems like it's more of a gut thing, especially with Jameis Winston, and we don't really know. We don't know how much he'll be used. I think he'll be used quite a bit. We will see some Taysom Hill, but how effective can he be? That's yet to be determined, and that's a little bit why I'm a
little hesitant, huh?
A little hesitant, a little wary of making that pick, but I'm going with it. I also kind of like what you said too with your analytics there, so. Yeah, going with my gut on this one, Saints.
And don't forget the X factor on defense, Denario Davis, man, that linebacker, man, he's crushing.
Yeah, plus their defensive end play is doing well.
Yeah, and that Osimi, I can't pronounce his name on the defensive line. He is starting to heat up.
Yeah,
I can't pronounce his name.
That's okay. All right, let's move on. Washington and Cincinnati. Cincinnati, of course, just got beat fairly strongly by Pittsburgh, and Washington is at home. They're 1.5 point favorites. Let's see. The coin is going to take Washington. Washington minus the 1.5. So it's almost a pick'em game. I guess it's my turn to pick first on this one. I'm going to take Cincinnati. I like Joe Burrow. I know the Washington defense has kind of played a little bit better as of late, and their pass defense is stronger than people give them credit for. I like Joe Burrow. I like T. Higgins. I like that combination. I think Gio Bernard is going to do well. It's his birthday this Sunday, so he's playing on his birthday. How about that? So I'm going to take the Bengals. I think they kind of surprise here, and I'll take them plus 1.5, and almost like a pick 'em type of game. I say they win.
Overall team rating is a +3 Washington for overall team. Defensively, it's like a +17 for Washington. And offensive rating is a +7 for Cincinnati. Algorithm has Washington -3.5. So I'm taking Washington, man.
All right, and Alex Smith coming off back-to-back 300-yard games, something to take note of. So that's something to be aware of. All right, looks like I'm the sole person on Cincinnati and Joe Burrow, but I'm hoping the legend of Burrow grows here this week. We'll see. All right,
be honest with you, my heart, Cincinnati should win this game. To be honest with you, from what I've seen.
Mm-hmm. And it's in Washington, so I mean, there's a little strong, a little bit of a lean towards Washington here, but
that's right, it is in Washington. Hold on, let me see the wind. The wind is low, and it's 12% rain, so we should be fine. That shouldn't be any element.
We shall see. All right, how about Carolina and Detroit? Two teams that are kind of going in the opposite. Well, they're both going down. Their needles are pointing down right now. McCaffrey is. We found out today that McCaffrey is indeed out. So Mike Davis, who had the thumb injury, he is going to play. He practiced today. Looks like Teddy Bridgewater practiced today also in a limited capacity. I'm thinking that he might play, but I don't know how effective he'll be. I mean, especially as a rusher. We see him running from time to time. Carolina's defense is just, they are going through some growing pains for sure. I mean, when they have, I think 7 players on defense that are either rookies or undrafted free agents. I mean, that's a lot. They're last in the league in points allowed per drive, last in the league in plays per drive, last in the league in third down conversions against. Wow. I mean, I'm going to take Detroit here. Shoot. I mean, as a Panthers fan, I'll be pulling for Carolina, but I mean, the odds are just kind of stacked against them. Oh, I didn't do the coin toss. I forgot to do that. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. The coin likes Carolina. So I'm going to go against the coin and say Detroit plus the 1.5. Matthew Stafford has that thumb ailment, but he's going to play as well. Looks like everything will be good for him. So I'm leaning Detroit. What's your pick?
Let's see. 22% rain, winds at 2 miles per hour. So just to throw that out there for you guys, if you're listening, if you're betting. Detroit overall team rating is a +1. Detroit team defensive rating is a +3. Detroit offensive rating is dead tied. So wow. There's no balance in between each other. Algorithm is a -2.5 for Detroit. So I'm going to stick with that and go ahead and take Detroit.
All right. There it is. So we're both going against the coin on that one. Okay. All right. This time I'll remember to do the coin toss. Houston and New England. This game is in Houston.
That's a game there.
Right? Interesting. You've got the Belichick disciple team. Even though Bill O'Brien's not there anymore, there's a lot of pieces of New England there. Let's see here. Tails. It's New England. All right, so the coin likes New England minus the 2.5. Oh, that one. There we go. Minus the
New England -2.
-2.5. And you go first on this one.
Let's see. 15% rain, 5%. 5 miles mile per hour wind. Patriots +5 as far as overall team. Defensive rating is a -14. Offensive rating is a -4 as far as New England compared to algorithm is -1.5 New England. I'm taking New England.
Minus the 2.5.
Yeah,
Got it.
they're gonna run. They're gonna run the ball all over these guys.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. That's the way to go is to play your starters against Houston, whether it's your passing offense or your rushing offense.
Yeah, this
And
is a
New England loves to run the ball, of course. Cam Newton is doing well. Damian Harris coming off of a 100-yard game against Baltimore.
This is a Damian Harris domination, like 130 yards on the ground and 2 tugs. This is a Damian Harris day.
Right. And Deshaun Watson, granted, it was a weather game last week, but he came out flat. He didn't really do much. I'm going to take New England. I like what they did last week against Baltimore. I think that Houston should be. I don't want to say easily beaten, but I think that New England has more talent and ability and coaching to handle what Houston's going to provide. So I'm taking the Patriots. All right, next. Cleveland at home versus Philadelphia. Philadelphia, wow. Talk about another team that's going downhill right now. 3.5 point favorite is Cleveland. Let's see who the coin likes. The coin says tails, so the coin likes Philly. Plus the 3.5. My pick. Let's see. I mean, it really all depends on what Carson Wentz can do, and he was. I think we got the poor version of Wentz last week, and we've seen that seems like more often than not this year. And Cleveland has a good defense, especially their pass defense. Myles Garrett's going to get at it, and the Eagles' offensive line is still kind of makeshift, right? I mean, where they got Lane Johnson back, but they're still struggling. I'm gonna take the Browns here minus the 3.5 points, and this is an Eagles team that's struggling to do anything in the weak NFC East. What can they do against the AFC North? We're going to find out. But I like Cleveland minus the 3.5.
Cleveland -3. Oh, look at it. 99% rain. Wind 9 miles per hour. Overall team rating is even. Defensive rating is a +5. Philadelphia. Offensive rating is a +4. Cleveland. Algorithm has this as an even game. It's a pick 'em. So when that happens, I'm usually taking the team with the point.
Mm-hmm.
So give me Philadelphia.
Okay. You got them. All right, let's move on to the Jacksonville-Pittsburgh game. This game is in Jacksonville, and they are a 10.5 point underdog at home. And the coin likes Pittsburgh minus the 10.5. And I'm not going to say too much here. I also like Pittsburgh minus the 10.5. I think this game, I think, first of all, I think that Pittsburgh had their close call with Dallas. What was that, week 8, week 7? Week 8. And I just think that, I mean, there's not very many teams that I think they're going to give them that much of an effort here the rest of the season. Maybe I think they play Baltimore one more time Thanksgiving night, right? And I think they play Buffalo. Those are the two games that I think might give Pittsburgh some trouble. I think they roll here, and that includes the 10.5 points, especially without, Jacksonville doesn't really have much of an identity other than James Robinson. Jake Luton hasn't really shown much. He looks like a rookie out there. He's making mistakes, and Pittsburgh's going to make him pay, regardless if this game is in Pittsburgh or in Jacksonville. If there's fans in the stands, they're going to be Pittsburgh fans.
Right.
So I'm going to take the Steelers here minus the 10.5.
By the way, his name is Luton.
Is it?
Yes. Like
Luton.
shooting, Luton.
So it's not Luton and it's not Luton. It's Luton.
Nope, it's Luton.
Fair enough.
I'm listening to it on Red Zone, man. That's what the announcers were saying, Luton.
Got it.
Uh, Pittsburgh Steelers plus 12 as an overall team. Plus 25 as opposed to defense for Pittsburgh. Plus 2 offense for Pittsburgh. Algorithm is a minus 14.5 for Pittsburgh. So yeah, let's do it.
That's all you needed to say. All right, how about this tight one here? Baltimore at home versus Tennessee and Derrick Henry. Remember, it was the playoffs. Tennessee beat Baltimore in the playoffs.
Yeah, that was the playoffs.
You know, that same formula. I think that Tennessee, especially getting 6.5 points here, my goodness. Oh, let's flip the coin. I almost forgot to do that.
Go ahead and flip the coin. I think it's my turn to go first.
Okay, sorry. I think I did took that away from you this past one, but the coin likes Tennessee plus the 6.5.
Tennessee plus 6.5.
Yes, sir.
13% rain, wind at coming in at 6 miles per hour. M&T Bank Stadium. Overall team rating is a plus 9. Baltimore. Overall defensive rating is a plus. What is that? 13. No, I'm sorry, plus 12. And overall offensive rating is a plus 9 for Baltimore. Algorithm is a minus 8.5 for Baltimore. So, what did the coin take? Tennessee?
Yeah, getting 6.5 points.
Give me Baltimore to cover that.
All right, so Baltimore by a touchdown. The only thing that I'm concerned about is Tennessee's defense. And Tennessee has been known to struggle on defense, especially on third down. They can't stop.
What defense?
What defense? Right. It's like e-fence. There's no D.
Good one. No D.
Oh, shucks. All right. That was bad. But I'm gonna take the Titans anyway, because I think they're gonna struggle to stop Derrick Henry. I mean, look what Damian Harris did against Baltimore last week. So you got to think that Derrick Henry is going to be a huge part of this offense. If not, I mean, if they do decide to pass, they've got Jonnu Smith, they've got A.J. Brown. They have options, Corey Davis. So I'm going to take Tennessee here, getting the 6.5 points. And Baltimore might win this game, right, with a field goal to win it. And Tennessee still covers. So I'm taking Tennessee to cover with the 6.5 points. I like that play a lot.
Yeah, Tennessee is going in the wrong direction, even though both have slipped up a little bit. But if you look at New England's run offense schematically, they have been elevating as the season has progressed. Those offensive linemen have been what I want to say stepping their game up. And you know, Belichick and McDaniels, they run outside stretch, inside stretch, they run angles, and they run power. They do it all, and they do it all well. And Tennessee, even though they have Derrick Henry in the backfield, is not the same as far as their cohesiveness as opposed to what New England did. I expect them to run because they are run. Both of these teams are the same team. They're the same team. They both need play action pass to get them going. They both rely on the run. They both love to use their tight end. It's pretty much the kind of they're looking at each other.
Right. So why not get the team that has the points?
Yeah, that's true. But the algorithm said Baltimore is way more superior, so I got to ride with it.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on to Denver at home versus Miami. Of course, Tua Tagovailoa coming off of 3 straight wins. This will be the 4th. You know the last quarterback to do that, win 4 straight games as a rookie? Do you know the answer?
Say that again.
Who was the last quarterback to win 4 straight games in their debut as a rookie?
4 straight as a rookie?
To begin their experience in the NFL, winning 4 consecutive games.
Mahomes?
Not Mahomes. No, remember, Mahomes didn't start much. He didn't start anything.
That's right. As an actual rookie. Okay, I thought you were talking about his first game. Let's see. You talking about actual rookie? Cam?
No, not Cam. Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, that was my next choice.
So Tua has the chance to tie Ben Roethlisberger
But
for.
let me say something right quick, man. What
Mhm.
about these Dolphins, man?
Yeah, Dolphins are good, doing well. They're playing well
Man,
defensively.
what about these Dolphins?
The Emmanuel Ogbah is turning into a force.
He really is.
He's playing well, and even with their musical chairs at running back, it looks
It
like
really don't seem to matter.
no, it doesn't seem to matter. They seem to have it going on, and it wasn't that long ago where Miami had issues everywhere, and they made some trades. Of course, they traded Minka Fitzpatrick. They've made other assorted trades. They had a number of different draft picks. It seems like those picks and the moves that they've made and the coaching staffs that they brought in, they're doing the job. So kudos to Miami for what they're doing. And so far, so good. They are a favorite on the road. We don't really see that too often against Denver here. And let me let you know who the coin takes. They like Miami minus the 3.5. Denver. Drew Lock has the rib injury, so we might see Brett Rippon in this game. Is there much of a difference between Drew Lock and Rippon? Rippon might be more of a better, accurate, deep thrower, downfield thrower. He seems to have better decision making, but I mean his sample size is smaller than what we've seen from Lock. Lock hasn't really impressed me too much this year, and I'm granted the Broncos have had their injuries, right? They lost Cortland Sutton, so that's a huge piece. But Lock is no Lock to be there next year, is he?
Nope.
Is it my turn? You want to go twice in a row here since I did?
Go ahead, man.
All right. I'm going to take the Dolphins. I don't think that, normally the Denver crowd has something to say about their ability to pull for their team. But without that, what does Denver have? And Denver is kind of a shell of their offense, right? I mean, it's struggling. Defensively, they allowed a ton of yards last week to Josh Jacobs and Devontae Booker. So if Miami can run the ball, which it seems like that's their identity, run the ball and play good defense, and Tagovailoa does enough to manage the game. I hate to call him a game manager. I don't think he is. Well, you kind of saw that from Russell Wilson, too, when it was his rookie year. He didn't have the green light on everything, right? Same with Ben Roethlisberger, his rookie year. So can Tua do more? I definitely think Tua can do more. He's just not really asked to, and he's not really in game scripts that require him to yet. So, I mean, I like Miami. I think 3.5 points is plenty. I think they probably wind up winning this game by like 6, 7, 8 points. So I'm going to take the Dolphins.
I hear you. Only thing I'm worried about with Tua is right now is his mechanics. I'm watching his feet. They're shoulder width apart, spread. Shoulder width apart, and he's throwing, and you see his release with his feet, and his feet is also pointing at his target. That's all I really want to see from him right now. As far as because like you said, he's limited. Once you got a good defense, that's the rookie quarterback's best friend. So he has that. So like you say, he's not going to be asked to do much. If the defense is putting up 17, 14, and then you got special teams coming in, adding another 7 here or there. Mm-hmm. I mean, hey, when they turn the ball over at the 2-yard line, just come in and hand it off to Ahmed or Gaskins or Breida, or whoever. But long story short, give me Miami. I won't even get into the algorithm on this one. Just give me Miami.
Sounds good. All right. How about the Chargers and the Jets? Chargers are 8.5 point favorites at home. Jets on the road, and the coin likes the Chargers minus the 8.5.
Chargers minus 8. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
New York Jets. Sorry.
You got overall Joe Flacco. Sam Darnold's not healthy yet with his shoulder. You got Flacco coming on.
The overall team rating is plus 14 for the Chargers. Overall defense is plus 16 for the Chargers. overall offense is plus 15 for the Chargers. This is a minus 10.5 as far as my algorithm against the Jets. So I'm taking the Chargers.
Chargers minus 8.5.
Yeah.
All right. I also like the Chargers minus 8.5. I think that this is probably like a 24-13 type of game. Chargers cover. So I'm going with the Chargers as well. All right. How about the Vikings at home versus Dallas? 8.5-point favorite here is Minnesota, coming off the win against Chicago. Vikings have won, what, 4 in a row?
Yeah, Vikings on the move.
4 in a row wins. Dalvin Cook doing the job. Adam Thielen catching touchdowns. It seems like that's all he does, right? Catch touchdowns. Dallas.
Look,
do
folks.
we know yet if Andy Dalton's going to start?
Yeah, Andy Dalton starting. Look, folks, for fantasy, Dalvin Cook, he's getting ready to run all over my Cowboys. He's getting ready to have a phenomenal day, and Damian Harris is getting ready to run all over Houston. So, if you in DFS, those should be your 2 running backs as far as your stack.
Yeah, that's a nice plug there. There you go. All right, let's see who the coin likes here. Minnesota versus Dallas. They like Dallas with the 8.5 points. Interesting. All right, you want to go first? You want me to?
Oh, this one is mine. Let's see. Okay. Let's see.
So Andy Dalton's going to start. That's for sure. We know that.
That's what I'm hearing now.
Interesting. All right.
Let's see.
And I thought Garrett Gilbert did fairly decently, against Pittsburgh. I'm surprised they're not giving him another chance.
I thought he did too. But it is what it is. Let's see. Overall team rating, believe it or not, it's a +8 to the Cowboys.
Yeah, they must be looking back at weeks 1 through 4.
Yeah, it is, but I gotta give it. This is what the numbers are saying.
Mm-hmm.
Defense, believe it or not, it's a +1 for the Cowboys. Offensive rating is +9. I'm sorry, plus +14 for the Cowboys.
What?
Like you say, it's still counting Dak. Y'all.
Yeah, are you going to lean that direction here or what? What are you doing?
I'm doing what it say, man.
Alex plus the 8.5.
I'm doing what it say.
I'm going to take Minnesota minus the 8.5.
I know. I'm supposed to take Minnesota. I know. I got to do what it says, man.
Dalvin Cook, 2 words.
Okay. Dalvin Cook is going to kill us.
Yeah, I agree as well. All right, how about the Colts at home versus Green Bay? The Colts are favored. They're a 2.5-point favorite against Aaron Rodgers, Green Bay, and the pack. Let's see.
Get out of here.
We've got coin likes the Colts. Minus 2.5. All right, my turn first.
Colts minus 2.5?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Is that shocking to you?
It is shocking to me. We're talking about a Phillip Rivers-led team here where, we've seen him struggle. The way that Indy can win this game is running the ball because Green Bay's defense gives up the run. We know that.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Jonathan Taylor still cannot get a grasp on the lead role. I mean, Nyheim Hines had the majority of the carries last week. It looked like he had something that would, his speed and his elusiveness against Tennessee, and the coaching staff said, you know what, let's play this guy more, and he did well.
He really did, man. He looked good.
He did look good. And, people think that, Nyheim Hines, he's 5'9", whatever. He's a short kind of light-weighted guy, but he's 197 pounds. He's a share under 200. So he can move between the tackles. I think we can see more of him, but that's yet to be determined. I don't know. I think that Green Bay can handle this. I think they can score on the Colts, although the Colts have been darn good on defense. I still think Aaron Rodgers can handle them. 2.5 points. Packers getting 2.5 points here. I'm going to take it.
Insane. That's insane, dude.
I'm going to take it. All right, what's your algorithm say?
Overall team rating is a +5 for Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Overall defense is a +1 for Green Bay. Overall offense is a +5 for Green Bay. They special team Green Bay, and algorithm is basically a -4.5 for Green Bay.
Wow.
So I got to go Green Bay.
Yeah, there's got to be something here that we're missing. Like, what does Vegas see in this game? Is there an injury that we don't know about that we haven't discussed?
It's something they see.
I don't know. Hopefully we're right. The coin's going to be like, I got you, guys.
Gotcha.
All right, let's see. Raiders and Chiefs. This game's in Las Vegas. And the last time they met, the Raiders pulled it off, right? They won in Kansas City, which is a shocker. Now they're 6.5-point underdogs at home against the team they already beat. And talk about, the Raiders' offensive line is gelling right now. They're a cohesive unit. We can see it with Josh Jacobs and Devontae Booker. The combination of those two just destroyed Denver last week.
They really did.
They did. First of all, let's pick the game. And the coin likes the Chiefs, minus the 6.5 on the road. Oh, wait, is it my turn to pick or is it yours?
No, you go ahead. You got your thoughts in play.
My thought right here is taking the Raiders plus the points at home against a team they already beat, against a division rival. So where am I wrong?
You're not doing it though. You're not going to do that.
I know, right? I still don't know. I mean, as I'm talking, I don't know. I can't even really break into one team that I like over the other because I really don't know.
You want me to go?
Yeah. What do you think? You go first.
Want me to go while you think?
Yeah.
Kansas City +18. No, yeah, +18 as far as overall team. Okay. Kansas City +10 on defense. Kansas City +14 offense. Algorithm -10.5 for Kansas City. So give me Kansas City.
Maybe that's
did you hear Andy Reid at the podium?
What do you say?
Andy Reid is like, hey, this is a revenge game. Something happened. Andy Reid don't really talk junk at the podium. Andy Reid, he was a little peeved about this. And he also said something about after the game in Kansas City, the Raiders kind of danced around the stadium or something. Something happened to that as he kind of spoke on that. I don't know what happened, but he was speaking about them dancing around the stadium. He didn't like that. He thought that was classless. I'm like, what? Andy Reid, come on, Andy. So Andy Reid is pissed, man. Even though we already confirmed that means nothing. Andy Reid's not playing, so he can be pissed all he wants, but just want to throw that out there. If you're doing logical.
There's a lot of bad blood between these two teams going back to the Marcus Allen days, right?
Yeah, Andy Reid wants this.
Yeah, sure. It seems like if Kansas City would have won in that tight game last time, that this is like an 8.5-point line, even though it's in Vegas. So the fact that it's only 6.5, I kind of like that. So I'm going to take the Chiefs. I wanted to take the Raiders, but I'm going to take the Chiefs. And, I think they can cover the 6.5. All right. Last game, Monday night, Tampa Bay versus the Rams. The game's in Tampa. Rams defense is playing well. They're playing really well.
Yeah.
Against the run, against the pass. Tampa, again, another defensive team.
Go ahead, flip the coin. Go ahead and flip the coin and you go first. I concede to you because you conceded to me last time. So you go
Okay.
ahead and go first.
All right. So the coin likes heads. So that's Tampa. So Tampa Bay minus the 3.5. Oh, boy. Rams are a different team on the road. But there's something about Tampa Bay. I just can't put my finger on it. I don't see them as a dominant team. Is that fair to say? I mean, they absolutely, have crushed opponents, but look what they did against the Saints too, right? They're a Jekyll and Hyde type of team. And
Yeah, they
the
up and
Rams are
down.
the same way. Whew, boy, 3.5 points. I mean, this game might come down to a field goal, and if that's the case, I like the Rams getting the points.
From what I've been seeing, though, either Tom Brady is going to come out and beat you. I'm talking about beat you.
Yeah.
Or they're losing.
Yeah. I think they're going to get pressure on Tom Brady. You know what? I'm going to take the Rams. I'm taking the Rams plus the points.
Oh, Aaron Donald did it through the middle. What Brady hates, right? Brady hates
the way
that.
to beat Brady is pressure through the middle, and I think they can do that, especially with Donald.
Donald in the matchup conversation. I see you.
All right, go for it.
Overall team rating +1 Tampa. Defense is a scratch. It's even. Overall offense is a +4 for Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay -3.5, what the algorithm tells me. So I got to go right with it. It's right on point. It's right on point with it. So I'm taking Tampa. Right on point.
There you go. And there you have it. There's our picks. Any picks you want to change?
Nah, I'm not changing them. I know better than to change last week anyway when I went back and started changing. Once you lay it down, you got to, it's best to go ahead. This is what I learned in my start sit when I set my lineup. That first player that I put in there and that gut feeling or whatever you feel in that first player you put in, don't take him out. Has that happened to you too? Is that theory works for you too?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well,
every time I change it,
think wrong.
Oh God, Typhoon, why did you change that?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, also too, if you look at if we went back and looked at week 10, right? If we look at this, we're like, how did I take some of these plays, right? Like Seattle. How did we take Seattle? Or
we took Seattle because of Russell Wilson. We gave Russell Wilson points.
So if you look at your picks here, everything looks good now. And then after the games are played, you're like, oh, if only, yes, that's right. Oh, I should have done this. But it looks good now. And I don't think there's anything I would change.
It's always looking good now, man. That's bias. That's your bias for yourself.
It's a freaking
gonna always be that way.
It is. It's a carnival game. We have no idea.
We have no idea when they start playing. Look, we have no idea when they start playing if the team comes out, blocks a punt, recovers it in the end zone. That's huge.
Yeah,
that's huge. That's huge. 7 points skewed to the other team. You add that on to their plus or minus. That helps that. We have no idea we have no idea a bomb is going to be in the air. The defensive back falls on his face. The player takes it, 98 yards for a touch. We never know if Rojo going to come through the middle of the line wide open. They don't have run support. Safeties are down in the box. 98-yard touchdown. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I do. Totally.
I'm looking at my
picks. I'm looking at my picks. I picked 6 games that I took the underdog. So therefore 8 games where I took the favorite. Let's look at yours. You have 1.
That don't matter to me.
2,
that means that's meaningless to me.
You've got 3 games that you took the underdog. I'm just looking at things. That's all.
But I see what you're saying because a lot of folks do take look at that through that aspect.
Yeah. Yeah.
As far as taking the dogs, and sometimes it do show up. On some weeks, the dogs are the dominant teams that week.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We're gonna.
You just don't know You just don't know what week
the
dogs are going to be dominant.
So the ones that we are alike on is the Saints,
Yeah, go ahead and highlight the ones we'll like.
Okay, so we got the Saints. We've got the Patriots.
New England. Yeah.
New England. We've got Miami. Kansas City.
Chargers.
The Chargers. And the Chargers. We get them too. So what is that? 5? 5 that we like together?
That's okay. Let's start paying attention to that.
Okay.
You know, let's start paying a little bit more attention to the ones the coin, you and myself all are in agreement in.
It's interesting. I actually shouldn't highlight these. Yeah, I mean the coin and us are in agreement on all of these. I wasn't even looking at that. I should actually take these off.
That's all of us.
Yeah,
are in agreement.
How about that? Oh wait, if that's the case, then we both like Green Bay.
I kind of liked it better with the coin too.
Do you?
Yeah, man. Put the coin in there. We're playing against the coin, so that's all of us in agreement as far as what's going to take place in that game on Sunday.
Yeah, we both like Pittsburgh too.
Yeah, I'm not going against Pittsburgh no more.
No. Is that
I don't need an algorithm for that. I'm not going against Pittsburgh no more. I don't care if they come out of plus 22. I mean a minus 22. I'm taking them.
Oh my gosh. Well, if this game was in Pittsburgh as opposed to Jacksonville, I mean we would probably be into like the 14.5 point territory.
It really would.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to be all over Luton. I mean, as far as our, analysts as a football analyst, that watches game.
Yeah.
TJ Watt about to have a field day is what we see.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Steelers lead the league in tackles for loss.
I mean, what's Luton going to do? Man, they'll be all over Luton. James Robinson sitting. That's what it looks like. One of those days.
Robinson could have 5 or 6 catches in this game just because they're going to need him as a receiver.
Yeah, plus he's the only back now, right? Divine Ozigbo doesn't even play, right?
No, so he's the only. He's the guy.
Robinson is pretty much the only healthy back, right?
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't pick up Jordan Howard or something.
Yeah.
Pick somebody up. Bring something in there. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
Bring something in there. Something. Do something. But
all right, any parting thoughts before we wrap this up?
I was going to say, looking at the board, Jeff, anything you want to go back and erase and maybe change?
I mean, if there's one, it might be just the fact that why the line likes the Colts so much, 2.5 points at home over Green Bay. I don't know. If I could make one change, it might be that.
And change it to the Colts?
Yeah. Yeah. Even though I like Green Bay, I just think that there's a reason why the Colts are favored by 2.5 here.
It's a -2 now. They're giving the Colts 2 points now.
Well, I'll stick with it because, who knows? This could be a game-winning drive by Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, they know something we don't know, man. Or maybe I don't know. I don't get that one at all. That is weird to me. But that's why they play the games, man.
That's right. We'll see. We'll see
next week. Sunday. All right, that's it for me, man. You got anything else?
No, I'm done. Pleasure having. It's a pleasure being on your show. For one, thanks for allowing me to do that. And
it's your show, man. This is basically yours. This is your brainchild, man. I'm just coming along for the ride. To be honest with you.
Gotcha. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you. And I look forward to seeing us next week here and seeing how well we do.
All right, folks. Can you beat the coin? And we're gone.